Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, how are you doing? How are you doing, Gam Waves official? Yeah. When are you going back to America? Hi Jack, welcome, welcome in. Welcome in guys. Alright, no problem. Hello boss babe, how are you? How's everyone doing? Welcome in everybody. Hello. Welcome in, Casa. Hi Casa, how are you? Hi. Welcome, David. Welcome in. Hi, David. Hi, Maysam. How are you? Hi, Maysam. How are you doing? Hi, Jaquarius. Hi, Rans. How are y'all? Hi, Juju. How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in.
Hey, what's up, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
Chilling.
So, are
Before you ask
you
it, no,
against?
no,
Huh?
no. Before you even ask anything, no.
Okay. Do you have any issues with the LGBTQ community or no?
Yeah, I do.
And what's your reason for being against the LGBTQ community?
I don't think it should have a whole month for somebody being gay.
And what's your reason for believing that?
I believe we should have a whole month for soldiers that died for everyone's country. Not,
Okay,
not, not have
well,
a month for somebody for being coming out the closet.
but it's a lot more than just coming out of the closet, though, isn't it? Like
Like nobody cares about if you're gay or not.
a lot of people who are a part of this community get discriminated against in the workplace, in the education sector, and people face discrimination because of their employers, because of their co-workers. Like, you don't think they face any of those issues at all?
They probably do, but they probably shouldn't try to do gay shit to their coworkers either. You can't act like that doesn't happen.
But many people do not
Many people
push
aren't
their
gay.
agenda on others, but that
Man,
doesn't mean that they push their agenda.
look, bro.
Like, what have they done to
Yeah.
you for you to be against them?
I feel like if a man is willing to put his thing inside of another man, that's a huge problem.
Why is that your business though?
It's just a
Why is
problem,
that your
bro.
business? Why is it your business what a man is doing with another man? Why
What
is
do
it
you
your
mean?
business? Why is it your business what a man is doing with another man if they're in a relationship?
I'm just saying that's just a little weird.
Why?
Hello, Dystoria. How are
What's
you?
up,
Hi.
Victoria?
Hello.
What do you think about the topic?
About the topic, I
Yeah.
have a daughter that is transgender
Wait,
Okay.
what?
and also pansexual.
So you are for the LGBTQ community?
Well, yeah, of course, because my daughter was my son, but is now my daughter, and she's also pansexual. So, yeah, of course,
So
I love my
you're
daughter.
supporting her journey and
Oh, yeah,
you're
of course.
supporting I'm so sorry for assuming the pronouns. What are their pronouns?
She, her.
Okay. You're supporting her journey, correct?
Yeah, and I also have a nephew that is just gay.
Hey, does
Okay.
does your
And
daughter grow a butt crack though?
Jaquarius, I want to ask you a question, Jaquarius.
What's up, bro?
What do you think that Dystoria has relatives that are part of the community? What do you think of that?
That her that her child.
Relatives. Her relatives are a part of the community, yes. How do you feel about that?
I don't give a damn.
But you said that people like them push their agenda onto
So
other
wait, oh
people.
wait, so
That's what you
are
believe
you
though,
trying to
right?
blackmail me right now? You trying to blackmail me right
I'm
now?
not. No,
That's
I'm
exactly
asking
what
you
you
if
trying to
that's
do
what
right
you
now, bro.
believe.
You trying to make me
I'm not
start beef
trying
with
to
her, bro.
blackmail you.
You're trying to make me start beef with her, bro.
But I was just
What?
asking a question. If he can't answer, then he can't answer. It was a genuine question.
I agree.
Like, I just asked what his opinion on that was, and if you don't want to share an opinion, then you don't have to.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm bisexual. I identify as a bisexual woman, and um, I am in support of Pride. I'm actually celebrating Pride this month myself, so I'm
Okay,
going
thank
to the
you.
Pride parade at the end of the month.
Oh, very
So,
nice.
are you gonna how am I lustful? How am I being greedy? I'm looking at the comments. Someone's saying I'm being lustful and greedy. How is me being bisexual gluttony?
Gluttony. Oh,
Like, seriously, are you seeing these
I
comments?
see
Like,
that.
people are
Yeah, I'm
saying,
not sure. Yeah, I do
like,
see that, and I'm not sure how that would be. I mean,
like
you can choose who you want to be with.
how
You
how
are
is
allowed.
me being bisexual gluttony? Like, please explain that, because I would love to know. Like, I just because I don't discriminate any gender and I love everybody, that doesn't mean that I'm greedy. I'm just accepting of every single person who identifies as whatever the fuck they want to identify as. And that's what I agree with and that's what I
Which,
support.
as a society, I do believe everybody should.
Right. I support the
Yeah.
person who identifies however the fuck they want to identify as. If they want to identify as a rat, cool, identify as a rat. I'll follow that ideology with you. If that's what you want to be, then cool, go ahead. Like, I'm not gonna tell you not to be a rat because I don't agree with it, right? That's your life. That's not my business that you want to identify as a rat. What business of it is it of mine for me to go, oh, but you can't be that? That ain't my business for me to tell you what you can and can't be. That ain't my business. Like,
No.
nobody should be telling other people what they can and can't be. Like, no one should be doing that.
Yeah. Well, that's the part I don't understand, why people have to be cruel and they can't just let people live their lives the way they choose.
Exactly. Like, you can't tell people, oh, but you can't be that way. Like, that's just
People
crazy.
are
Like, it's a
born
sin.
the way they're born. My daughter didn't choose to be that way. She was born that way. Same with my nephew. He was born the way he was. He didn't choose that life. That was the way he was born. And he was like that from a child, you know?
Exactly.
And that's the way it
Yeah.
is. And I would never hate my child because of that. No way. Never.
Hello, welcome in.
Hello, thanks for letting me
Hello.
on.
Hi. No problem. How are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Can I just ask, how old are you?
Of course, I was born in 1995. I'm 29 years old.
Okay, cool. It's just that you sound a little young, that's all. So,
Oh my
just
god,
making sure.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm 20.
All right, cool. So, what do you guys think about Pride Month and everything like that?
So, and I'm gonna keep it nice because you seem like a nice person. In my opinion, I don't think there should be one.
Okay.
I feel like, yeah, because this is what I just saw on another panel. So, as you guys say, you can go and identify as a male, and you can become a
I didn't
female,
see that part, but
correct?
yeah.
So, if that's the case, can I identify as a place or a thing or a different color? Because they can switch their genders, right?
Yeah.
So I can
So, what's your
identify
point?
so I can identify as a different color.
Yeah, and that ain't nobody's business. That's nobody's business. You can identify as a rat, and nobody's allowed to question you because that's your identity. You can be a fucking lion for all I fucking know, and nobody is allowed to question what you are.
But you do know that the pride flag is not here for your guys' illness.
Are you drunk?
No, I am not.
Are
He's
you
clearly
being
a,
serious right now?
clearly a
Your
magatard.
guys' illness, yes. That flag is not here for your guys' illness. And that's what you guys have, medical problems.
I
That
think you might be
flag.
drunk.
Okay, let me explain the flag to you. This
I know what the
flag is a
flag is.
representation. No, you don't know what it is because you're saying it's an illness to be this way. Well, let me explain to you, okay? This
is.
flag is a representation of a community who faces discrimination in the workplace, in the education sector, and all over the world.
Well,
You
that sounds
don't
like a
know the
personal problem.
discrimination. No, you
Well,
don't know the
this has-
discrimination.
then-
It is your problem because people
Well,
like
that's not
you
my problem.
are
No, people
employing
like
people. No, people like you are employers of people who identify this way, and you are discriminating against them, and that's against the law. I'm sorry.
That ain't against the law.
Discrimination is against the law, and you are discriminating against this community because you don't agree with them. Just because you don't agree with them, that doesn't give you the right to discriminate.
Typical
You
left
do not have
flag
the
out.
right to discriminate.
Typical
Straight
left.
people would lose their mind if gay people were able to discriminate against them the way they do us, and they're bitching and complaining about we have 1 month of the year to be proud of how
He
far
can
we've
drop
come.
down to the comments
Get
because
out of here.
that's discrimination. That's
Yeah, it is.
discrimination.
And again, like straight people for like so many years have been able to force their lifestyle, their beliefs, their opinions on us. But
Exactly.
we say, hey,
Exactly.
I'm proud to be who I am. I like this sex or gender. I'm this way and this.
Exactly.
If there's a problem with it, no, get out of here.
It's
You know
okay.
you know how hard it was?
Okay for
You know how-
heterosexuals to put their ideologies on us, and they expect us to allow them to put their ideologies on us.
Right, and like look at it like this. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with like example the Disney stuff with the Princess and the Frog. That's okay, but my point in me bringing this up is they're allowed to have a prince and a princess live happily ever after. But God forbid there be a prince and a princess. Oh my God, they're forcing it on the children. They're shoving it on us. Like there really hasn't even been one
Like,
gay.
seriously, I've seen more drag queens, yeah, not pushing their agenda and genuinely interacting with people without they can have a conversation without doing any of that extra stuff. You know how many conversations I've had with drag queens and transgender people, and they're like, I'm living my life, I'm not about putting my agenda on them. They can live their life and I'll live mine. Right? And they're not trying to put their agenda on nobody. So
Exactly.
My daughter doesn't put her
I
agenda
don't
on any
understand.
single person.
I don't understand why it's okay for a heterosexual man or a heterosexual woman to put their ideology on a gay man or a lesbian woman and tell them, you are not lesbian, you are not gay, you are straight. You're basically denying their sexuality, saying, oh, you're forced to be straight when this person is in the wrong body. That's what they don't fucking understand.
Right,
Like,
and it's just, and they don't care to understand either. That's the even bigger problem. You know what? Can you think about this? Do you guys not remember? It still goes on, but I remember. I was born, like I told you, in the '90s. I remember like being a kid and a teenager, hearing about other kids getting kicked out of their house because their parents found out they were gay. When do straight people ever get kicked out of their house for being straight or dealt with any stuff like
Never.
that?
exactly. You don't get kicked out of the house for being straight, so why get kicked out for being gay? The fuck? Like,
Right. Why not kick your child out for being like a menace to society or for being extremely harmful or something I don't know, something else terrible. Bad example, something else terrible. Like really horrible or unspeakably bad. But oh no, you like someone of the same sex.
Just for having a gender thing that's not appropriate.
exactly. And
You
someone in the
put it out of your
comments said, your Somali dad didn't raise you to become like this. First of all, my dad left me when I was 1 year old. He abandoned me at 1 with no money and no father. So for that person to say that my dad raised me, number 1, he didn't raise me. Number 2, he abandoned me. Number 3, my mama raised me. So get your facts straight, okay?
People love
The
to just
person in
come
the
on here and
comments.
just spout a bunch of bullshit from their ass and don't know shit.
Exactly. Assuming that my dad raised me when he didn't raise me. My mum raised me as a single mom, so correct yourself. Come correct.
Hold on, give me a second.
And I'm sick. I'm really sick of our existence being debated. Like, we have to explain why we're valid and give reasons as to why we can do what the hell we want because someone doesn't agree with our lifestyle. Go f yourself. Seriously.
Exactly.
Dakota,
Hi Ortiz,
I
how are
don't
you
think you
doing?
guys should
how you
have
doing?
to.
Listen, give me a second.
I'm doing good, Ortiz.
Give me a minute. Let me say something. These guys. Now, where do I start? First of all, they about waving that flag and whatever. Listen, on J6, I had to watch these clowns lower the American flag, and being a veteran of the 82nd Airborne, I had to watch that flag touch the ground and be trampled over. Then I had to watch them raise a Trump flag in their stead on top of a Capitol building. So if they got a problem with flags, make sure you bring that shit up to them. Second, they went and they put Confederate and Nazi flags inside the Capitol building, shit and piss in the hallways, and trampled through the hallways chanting, "Hang the Vice President." They tried to kick down the door during a congressional meeting, and Ashley Babbitt, who flew in on Delta to get there, ended up flying home on Spirit. You guys might know what I'm saying on that.
Yeah.
You get
Like,
that?
it's crazy.
Don't give them
Like,
any oxygen. These so-called alpha males, don't give them any oxygen. 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 These so-called alpha males. Read
Like honestly,
their vice president right now, who wears eyeliner and used to
Hey,
make out that used to have sex with a couch. Read
what
it.
does
wow.
this
Yeah.
"I am John Michael" mean by "our explanation
No,
is
no,
an
no, no,
issue"?
no, no.
What are you
Don't give
talking
these
about?
kids any oxygen. Okay? Don't do it. Because that's what's going on right now. On my live, Dakota, I came here to support your live because you come to mine, you support mine. I got
Of
to say,
course.
of course, honey. But don't give these, right now, what's going on? Don't give MAGA an ounce of oxygen. Cut them, mute them, block them, do whatever. That's what's going on right now on all of our lives that are blue. I'm from Detroit. You know that. I go at it with these clowns one on one. I go on their panels. They're full of shit. They're full of shit. Okay? Their president released 1,600 and forgave felony. Okay? They did. And then within 24 hours, a couple of them were arrested and unalived. Okay?
Oh
These
wow.
people, don't give them a lick of oxygen.
Hold on a
Don't do
minute.
it,
I
honey.
want to address something right quick.
Please
So,
do.
John, I don't know. I'm just gonna base off what you're. I'm gonna reply directly to off what you're saying. You're saying no need to explain. It's an internal battle. We would. I would. No one would. There wouldn't even have to be a Pride Month, and this wouldn't even be a discussion if people left us the hell alone, and we could be as we could.
Absolutely.
Because straight people don't
Exactly.
have to have a Pride Month. So I don't know if you're straight or not or whatever, but be happy you don't have
I'm
to have
very
a Pride
straight,
Month.
but you know what? I support Dakota. I
I'm
support.
talking to John Michael, the person in the
Oh,
comment.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But you know what? I swore
Oh
listen to this. I swore an allegiance to
yeah.
the Constitution of the United States of America. To no king,
Yeah.
So again,
no
if
queen.
if gay people never had a problem, we wouldn't have to talk about this. If there was never any kind of discrimination,
Exactly.
people say they
Listen,
don't care. People
Like
swear.
you
The
guys
biggest
have rights
homophobes
that
swear
need to
up
be
and down they
respected
don't care.
and honored, whether they like it or
like
not.
honestly, if they left us the hell alone, there would be no Pride Month. If they just left us the hell alone.
Exactly.
All right, I'm
And
about
the
to
Like
thing
tell
is,
you,
legit.
guys, hold on one
the
second,
biggest
because I gotta go.
homophobes
I'm
will
about to
swear they don't care, and they don't care what we do. That's a lie, because when they see someone, even
Okay.
back in the days now, when they see some gay person, they know they start talking and they start bothering them. They've always cared. They've always
Listen, I
cared.
had a investigator. He was from Missouri, and he investigated, unfortunately, child essays. Okay, and I gave him the big screen where Dakota's at, and he had a proof on something. I said, "There's no way that can't be right." He brought it up, and he showed it to me that in 2022, he investigated over 1,000 children under the age of 8 that were essayed. All 1,000 of them were done by YT church members. Not one of them, not one, was done by a transgender. Not one.
Exactly. It's always the
Leave these people
people
alone.
who claim
them-
to be
Let them let them do their
best
thing.
Christians.
So I
Like
gotta go.
they claim to be devout Christians.
Right, and they're the worst ones of them all. And I hate to
Yeah,
say
exactly.
that, but facts are facts. If they like it or not, they want to. Or I love the new term, alternative fact. What the fuck does that mean? Alternative facts? No, I came up here. I gotta go. I want to support Dakota. You guys, listen. You have rights, whether they like it or not. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
Leave them alone. Fuck off. What they do, what do you care? It's none of your fucking business. Excuse my language.
Hold on, and this
Dakota,
It's alright, no worries.
you know that. You're more than welcome to come on my panel. There's always a box waiting for you. You guys have a great day. All right.
You too,
Thank you.
Father's Day
Ortiz.
to Happy Father's Day. Oh, and by the way,
Happy Father's Day.
yes, thank you to all you single moms out there that are doing both roles Happy Father's Day to you too.
Aw.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Just go to make sure
All
you drive.
right.
I don't want to mess up your algorithm.
All right, cool, no problem.
All right, baby. Take care.
Hey, can
You
you
too.
bring this? Can you bring this dumbass up? I'm John Michael. He's talking about. I don't know if he's trolling or if he genuinely is this dumb, but he's saying, look at what he's saying. Like, you're saying you're born straight. Like, okay, I could say you're flaunting being straight in my face. Well, when you hold your wife's hand and you let your badass kids run around all over the place making noises. See, I can be just as ignorant as you, man. Like, what do you mean?
Hello,
Only the-
Dakota.
Hey, how are you?
Doing all right. I hope your morning's going good.
Yep. Okay.
Good.
Then don't hold your wife's hand and talk to your wife in public. Okay. Stop having children. How's that sound? Bring this John guy up. See if this guy will talk. Let's see what he has to say.
Wait, 1 second. Shit.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm over talking you this story.
No, it's alright. It's okay. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Nah, you're cool.
Like, we need opposition just to get some kind of good dialect going.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
See if this I am John guy wants to come up.
Oh, you got
TikTok grounded you. I wonder why.
Oh. Well, I wonder why TikTok banned you, because you say stupid shit like you're saying in the comments. I see why TikTok banned your ass.
And you know what? Growing up, it was always straight people that were always asking me as a kid, "Are you gay? Are you gay?" It's like, why do you guys swear you don't care? So why are you asking? Like, they say they don't care, but they do care. They really want to know. I got asked that
I
so much.
I will be honest, I did ask my son, when my son was my son, I did ask him quite a few times if he was gay.
And that's okay, but I'm talking about the people that swear they don't care, like they swear that are actually really homophobic, and they ask like they want to be nosy, not because it's from a genuine place like,
No,
are
you
you
don't
guys
ask
support?
that means you don't care, because it's like I had friends that were that way. I had wrestling buddies that were that way. In regard of, I had a homie that had a boner when he was getting pinned by another dude.
Oh
But
Well,
god.
I think I did a lot. of
Like,
this.
yeah, like I'm a wrestler, bro. So I had
Kind
homies
of,
Oh.
that bro, but
what kind of messed up shit is that?
he had a DP, bro. He was getting pinned on his back, and then when he was throwing his
Whoa, wrestling? Wrestling?
But like, I never actually went at him any type of way. But he's cool. He's a homie. Like, he was a wrestling
Damn.
buddy. He liked men, but yeah, he's a wrestler.
So he
So,
likes it rough
that's
like
not
that.
a bad situation.
Oh, he likes it rough like that. He likes it rough
Yeah,
like that.
Dakota, you're killing me.
Like,
You're killing me,
held down by
Dakota.
other men. He had a little
So
DP on his
he
heel
likes
as
getting
well.
it up the ass, yeah?
He wanted an oil check. He wanted to get the oil check. That means you reach
Bruh.
around. You reach
wanted
around
something.
and put your fingers in their area. But no, he was.
Oh,
he was
wow.
like, I never came at him. Like, I have friends that are that way, but like yeah, they're still friends. They never came
I'm
at
gonna
me
have to
that
step
way,
out
but
for
like,
a
yeah,
moment,
they
Dakota.
respected the homies.
Huh?
Yeah, like I had homies. that
I'm
were
gonna have
that
to
way.
step out for a moment just because I have to use the washroom. I'll be back though.
Okay, no worries, no worries.
Invite me back when
Yeah.
I come back.
Alright,
All
no worries. Make sure you guys tap the like button, guys. Get me to 1K.
I will be back.
But yeah, you know it was Donald Trump's birthday on Saturday? Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't.
He's German, and it was actually his name is
And
Trump. He's German.
Donald Trump's birthday was on Saturday, this past Saturday that just passed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm an Army veteran. He's trying to claim being like about the Army, bro. That's the Army's day of.
I saw his birthday thing where like no one. It was like his something where no one showed up to that little parade he had. He looked so sad. I
He
laughed
only
so
had 10,000,
hard.
bro. He was
I
trying to
laughed
get
so
20,000.
hard. I laughed so hard when I saw that because like no one showed up. And if you go on TikTok and type in Trump parade or whatever, you can see his face like he wanted to bust out crying. It was so funny.
I guess Craigslist didn't answer his call.
That was
He
so
was
funny.
Craigslist asking for people to come to his birthday.
Yeah, he actually hosted an event Yeah? Did you guys see it? Bruh, this guy did a whole event for his birthday, yeah? It was on the news, yeah? And he invited the military to come here. Bruh, this dude, bruh, he thought he was gonna get a good turnout of the public to come, but nobody, this guy, you should Google it, go on YouTube, yeah? And, oh, thank you, Frank, thank you for the likes. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Like, seriously, like, nobody gave a damn about his birthday.
Yeah, that's what made it so funny. And his face made I laughed. I laughed so hard when I saw his face. I was like near tears.
Yeah. So, are you bisexual or non-binary or?
No, I'm gay. I'm gay male. I'm not. Yeah, just gay.
Oh, okay, just gay. Okay, cool. I'm bisexual.
Okay, how old are you? If you mind me asking, how old are you?
28.
Oh, okay, you look way younger than that. You look amazing. You look way younger than that.
Thanks.
It's crazy. I thought I was gonna be like way older than you, like you were probably in your early 20s or something.
That's my black girl magic.
Oh yeah, like Tyler Perry said, black don't crack if you don't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know something else I want to talk about right quick is people are saying that I've noticed in the June people say it's not only Pride Month but it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, which is important too.
Right.
But people,
Yeah.
the problem with this is people get caught up in this all or nothing mindset. Like, oh look, no one cares about men's. It's like, no, that's not true. It's like we can celebrate two things at once. Why does one have to be more important than the other? Like people
Yeah.
fail to realize two things can be true at once. Like you can acknowledge.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. Just like I don't know that we've come really far in this community, but we still have a long way to go. I'm hoping some things don't get reversed
Yeah.
while Trump is president. I'm really hoping
Yeah.
like other things don't. I don't know. I just hope he gets impeached. I really do.
Yeah. Well, he defied the rule that convicted felons can't be a president. He defied that one.
Yeah, he's the epitome of white privilege. Like that, you don't get no more white privilege than what Trump is. Obama
Like,
would.
seriously, this dude, he can't come to Canada because he's a convicted felon. Canada does not accept convicted felons into their country. Half the world doesn't accept convicted felons to enter their country. How the hell is this dude gonna travel to those countries that don't accept convicted felons to enter?
Right, because
How
when
are
you're
you gonna go
president.
there?
Exactly, because when you're a president, sometimes you have to go to different countries for certain meetings and organizations and things. But you've got stuff on
Exactly.
your record. Now you can't go. So, and like in the
I don't
in the
understand.
in the MAGA-tards' eyes, like in these like dumb MAGA supporters, he can do. You ever notice that some Trump supporters, he can never do any wrong. Like
Yeah.
he's like the perfect man all around. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been out of the closet now I feel like I came out late. Well, I don't want to say I came out late. I came out when I was ready. Let me just say that. I came out when I was ready. You know?
So did I.
I'm glad I wasn't.
Yeah, so did I.
I was 21 at the time. It was back in 2017.
Yeah, I came out when I was 25. Yeah, something like that.
You come out
Been
when
out
you're
for 3 years now.
You come out when you're ready. And just to address the person earlier saying like it's no one's business and it's none of that, it's like, okay, like if it wasn't I didn't want to come out, but like if there wasn't any stigma around not being straight, there wouldn't be a coming out or a pride thing. Be happy that, I was trying to tell the guy earlier, be happy you don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Be happy you don't have a month towards you because of all the discrimination and things we go through. I think there are still countries where being gay is like still punishable by a death penalty. I know in Nigeria you can be. In Nigeria you can be. I do know Nigeria has a death
Yeah.
penalty for that.
I think also Uganda, they don't allow for same-sex marriages or anything like that. They don't allow that.
I know in Russia it's bad too. I don't think there's a death penalty, but Russia is very homophobic. That's a very homophobic country. They've got a propaganda law. They've got it's called like an anti-LGBT propaganda law, where they're specific. They say they don't want people exposing minors to non-traditional relationships. Now notice how they say non-traditional. They don't care about it being a man or woman. It's always that way. They talk about being non-traditional. So there's
You know what? Kids are gonna get into what they're gonna get into, regardless of what you try to do to stop them from doing it anyway.
exactly.
Like that's how kids are.
I wasn't raised around any gay people growing up, and I'm gay. Like there were almost zero, and I mean zero gay influence around me growing up, and I still was this way, was questioning, why do I like guys? Why do I like guys? And no, and I was around nothing but straight people growing up, and I'm gay. So the fact that people think they can force it on you and they can change, no, I don't get the ignorance of some people when it comes to this. I really don't.
Unfortunately, we live in a world where they expect us to conform to the traditional ways of living, and I think they feel threatened by us because they don't know how to deal with people like us. They don't know how to communicate, and I feel like they feel threatened by the community, the LGBTQ community, and I feel like that's why they push their heterosexual ideologies onto us, because they're scared that we're gonna take over the world and make the world a gayer place one day at a time.
You're probably right. Yeah. Definitely. Hey, Dakota, might I ask, you're in the UK or is it Canada? I see both the Canadian and the UK flag. I haven't been.
So, I grew up in England, but I live in Canada now.
Oh, nice. England's great. I went there last year. I've been 3 times. England's amazing. It was the first country I went to. England was it was the first international country I flew to. I love England. I've been all over. I've been to Brighton. I've been to Newcastle. I've been to Black Pleasure Pool Beach. You know these places? Black Pleasure Pool Beach to the west.
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's like in the northwest of England. It's like this amusement park on the beach. It was very nice. But I want to return to the UK because I had a great time in England. Love the UK.
Yeah.
Oh dang, where'd everybody go? Is it too gay? I think we're too gay for everybody.
Yeah, I think we're too gay for everyone.
But you know what? Even though the U.S., we still have some problems here, I'm very thankful to live in a country where, at least for now, I don't know about Trump, hopefully I don't speak too soon, I'm thankful to live in a country where we do have some protections, because like naming some other countries, it could be way worse, like countries like Indonesia, there's some places where we have zero protection, and you literally can even get in trouble for going to the cops trying to report an assault or anything, because they'll turn around you and be like, well, that's illegal. I'm very thankful to live in a country where I have protection.
I saw this TikTok video of my FYP the other day. You're gonna laugh if I tell you.
I'm listening.
This heterosexual man went to Thailand for vacation. Yeah. This dude met a ladyboy there. You know what a ladyboy is?
I heard, isn't it like someone being trans or something similar like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I've seen the shorts.
they call themselves ladyboys, these Thai people, yeah, where like they're actual guys, but they dress up as women and they make themselves look like a woman. I think they cross dress. Like, I think they're guys that like to dress up as a woman. I don't know. But anywho, this guy is visiting on holiday and he fell in love with this. I don't know if it's he or she. I have no idea. But he fell in love with them and he claims to be heterosexual and not gay. How are you telling me your ass is heterosexual and you're with somebody that has more than one gender? How are you saying you straight?
It all boils down, I think, to like insecurity or denial. I don't know. It all boils down to insecurity, not being confident in who you are, I guess. I think he knows that deep down, but people still have a hard time, I guess, coming to terms with certain things. Like I said, denial.
And it's like, I don't know, like, it's like, I've seen so many videos, yeah, of this kind of situation happening over and over again. And it's like, seriously, like, it's like, you know, there's, like in Venezuela, there's like they have special times with them, but they claim not to be gay.
This is opening up a whole nother can of worms because I've got really.
And these are transgender women who still have their penis, by the way.
See, I have really mixed feelings about men that entertain. I don't know. Like, I have a bunch of mixed feelings about DL, man. That's like a whole nother, I guess, maybe conversation. But
it happens. It happens in Colombia and Venezuela, right? These Latino transgender women, right? They haven't got gender reassignment surgery yet, and they are working the streets, and tourists go for that purpose, to do that kind of stuff. And it's like they claim not to be gay. Like, how does that work? Like, I don't understand.
Denial. I'm telling you, denial. They're in denial.
Like, there's so many documentaries about it. If you go on YouTube, there's so many documentaries about this kind of stuff. Just Google it. Venezuela, transgender women, prostitutes, yeah? And basically, there's a bunch of documentaries that are about that. And you'll see, like, it's a 30-minute documentary. I think it's 45 minutes or something. And they talk about their life, what they get up to every day, right? And basically, their customers are 100% tourists that come from vacation, and they come from outside of the country, right? And they do whatever they usually do, and it's like even these regular women too, they end up getting pregnant, and they end up getting left behind with mixed race children.
That's messed up.
Yeah. Like, seriously, there's a whole documentary about it.
I'm gonna have
if
to
you
look
Google
into
it.
I'm gonna have to look into it.
Yeah. Like, even regular women who are straight, right? And they even fall into the trap of their customers who are tourists. And they end up getting pregnant by the time the tourist leaves the country and goes back to their home country. And they have to learn to raise the kid by themselves. With no money, nothing. And what they don't know is that that child has automatic citizenship of the father's country. That's what these mothers don't know. And because these mothers are probably illiterate, they probably don't know how to read or write, they don't understand nothing, so they don't know that their child has a right to get citizenship because of their dad.
Yeah, if only people were more responsible when it comes to having kids. I wish people made better choices.
Yeah, like there's so many documentaries about it, and I just feel so bad for these people like that live like this. Like they're working the streets because there's no other jobs available. Yeah, and they've probably got a grade 8 education. They probably can't read or write, right? And these tourists take advantage of these women who lack an education, and they don't know any better because they were forced to drop out of school to work, and by their parents made them drop out of school, yeah, as young teenagers to help the family earn an income, right? And then they end up pregnant with a tourist's baby. That's how they end up getting pregnant. And they left to raise a child by themselves, and their parents forced them to keep the child because they're devout Catholics that don't believe in abortion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
They force these young girls to drop out of school and to go work the streets like they did. That's what they force these kids to do.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They force their kids to get a job at a young age because they're too poor to lose out on the extra income that they could get by making their child work. Like they can't afford to lose their extra income because they're that poor. They need every person in the home to work.
Man, it's like no matter what you go through in life, someone always has it worse than you.
Yeah, honestly, like it's just crazy, right? And it's like if they're a victim of a crime, they can't report it because it's either the case is dismissed or put to the side. They don't look into it, and it's like that's why a lot of these people who work the streets end up being victims of a crime, and it goes unreported because their families are too scared to go to the police to report it. And because some of these police officers, they are on the payroll of criminal gangs, and they have to turn a blind eye to this kind of stuff. And there's nothing nobody can do, especially if the officer they report it to is on the payroll.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
literally.
It's crazy how corrupt some law enforcement is in other countries. It's like you think it's bad in the U.S. I mean, I know you don't live in the U.S., but like we think ours is bad. Like the level of corruption is on a whole nother level in some other countries.
Yeah.
It really
Like,
is.
honestly.
Like, I heard like in Mexico. I mean, maybe this isn't shocking. In Mexico, I've seen documentaries about how like some of like the gang, how like some of the police force is in the cartel gang. That's very corrupt. You're not supposed to be in the gang, being in law enforcement. Like what in the world? I mean, we know like I know Mexico was run by different cartels. It's not all the same. I know it's different. Do you know that? Like you know it's different, right? Do you know that? Like there's different. I don't know the names and like I don't know like all the details, but I know like there's different cartels, and I know the police are like involved in some of them. So
Yeah.
there's a reason people
Like-
from Mexico were trying to come here to other countries. There's a reason for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Because a lot of females that live in Mexico, right, they are forced to join gangs, right? And you know how they initiate women into gangs?
Yeah, it's through schmex. I can't say it, but you know. Oh yeah, I know about all that. Yeah, it's through that.
That's how they initiate women. They either get jumped and beat up as an initiation, or the second option is smacks. And if they refuse the beating and say no, then they have to have smacks instead if the woman refuses a beating.
Yeah, I remember.
And
I guess that's
yeah,
still yeah, yeah.
and it's literally they just use women to the point where, and you wonder why they're coming into America, and you're wondering why they're coming to Canada and America because they're getting away from that.
Oh, and about that, we can talk about that too, right quick. I have mixed feelings too about the immigration stuff thing because I feel like ICE is going about this the wrong way, and people are saying some people, I'm gonna say all, but some people are saying it's not a race thing, and it's like no, it's completely about race because think about in the U.S. Here in the U.S. there's you understand the U.S. is comprised of a bunch of nationalities and foreigners and immigrants, right? You know that about our country, right?
Yeah.
So, like, my thing is why is it just? I want to know why. I mean, I know why, but it's crazy how it's just only Latino and Hispanic and Mexican people, Mexicans being targeted. Because I'm thinking, like, why is it just them? Like, I'm sure there's plenty of people here from other white. Can I say that word or no?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I didn't know, like, I don't know if that was like I don't know. Okay, make sure. I know, like, there's a lot of people from European countries that are white that are probably overstayed their visa and they're probably here illegally too, or don't have their right paperwork. But right now, for some
Exactly.
reason, the Latino and Hispanic community is being targeted. I haven't seen any other white people from European countries protesting about what's going on because well, one, if it's not affecting
Exactly.
them, it's not affecting them obviously.
What about the Asian communities that are overstaying their visa?
Right, right,
Hmm?
and again, it's about it boils down to the color of your skin, like how light is your skin. Basically, that's what it's boiling down to. I
Right.
feel like I feel like
There
white
there are
people.
so many there are so many ethnic groups in America, right? So many different nationalities, right? And a lot of them enter the country legally, but then they end up overstaying their visa. What about them? Right? What about the Asian community that come here to this region of the country, to this part of the world? What
Right,
about the Australians that come? What about the New Zealand people that come? What about all them people that come? Yeah, and they overstay their visa. Why is ICE not knocking on their door?
right, and I haven't heard anyone talk about, like, I mean, we all know about the thing going on in Ukraine. I haven't heard anyone talking about them coming here, it being a problem. But when it's like other people, like from Mexico or some other Latin country, it's a problem. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I mean, I guess I know why, but it shows you this is about race. It's about the color of your skin, is what it boils down to.
Exactly. And unfortunately, this is the era of Trump. This is Trump's doing.
Yeah, he's a. I'm so upset. And it's just so upsetting how people support him, and even worse, the Hispanic community, they voted for him. A lot of votes were from Hispanic people. They were. They
Well, you
support
know
him.
what? If those people that voted for him are overstaying their visa, I hope they get deported back.
Oh, me
I
too.
hope. Because how your ass overstaying your visa but you're voting for Trump the next day? How? Like, that's crazy. Because, and you know what? If they get deported back, that's their fault because they shouldn't have voted for Trump.
Right, and no, right, and you know what? Trump, he told a lot. Here's the thing: Trump told a lot of lies, but also he told a lot of truths too. Like when he let his mask slip and showed who he was, and people either downplayed it off and tried to ignore it or make it seem like he was joking. But he showed us who he was plenty of times, and we still voted. People still voted him into
Yeah.
office. You know.
He's deporting non-native citizens, non-native US citizens back to their countries.
Yeah, that's
All
messed
because of their
up.
color, all because of the color of their skin.
That's messed up.
You know how many Puerto Ricans live in the USA, in mainland USA?
A lot.
And they getting deported back to Puerto Rico for no reason.
And Puerto Rico is the U.S. That still is U.S. territory.
But Donald Trump is deporting them back to Puerto Rico. Yeah.
It's crazy.
There's so many news articles out there, right?
I know, it's getting hard to keep
Donald
up
Trump,
with. It is so
Donald
hard
Trump,
to keep up with all this.
he's deporting Puerto Ricans, American citizens from mainland America back to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and I've been looking on this stuff, but it's getting so hard to keep up with because so much is going on right now. So much.
Exactly. Puerto Ricans are American citizens, and they getting deported back to Puerto Rico.
Which is still also the U.S., which is foolish to me. That's still a part of the U.S., which is even more foolish.
They have blue American passports. Blue passports.
Okay, what is this Carter, California? Do you want to come up? Hey, well, this isn't my live, but what is Carter, California talking about? Can you invite this person up? I want to I actually am kind of curious as to what this person's talking about. So many ethnicities, yet only a few races to divide them. Whatever. What will we ever do? Not mind-boggling. Okay. I don't really understand what this person's saying, so I'm trying not to make any like assumptions or anything. But they get up and talk, or you want to type or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, man, it's crazy the world that we're living in today.
It is. I try not to watch too much news because it brings me down. Like when you have to take breaks here and there. Like it's good to be it's good to be known of what's going on in Europe, what's going on around you. But sometimes you have to like take breaks because it gets to be too much. It really does. You have to know when to step away.
Okay. He's saying he was commenting at the pace of what you were saying.
Okay. I don't.
The guy in the comment.
Okay. All right.
But yeah,
So, Carter, are you a Trump
host
supporter?
a lot of.
Hold on a minute,
I
Carter.
host
Are you
a lot of
supporter?
lives.
Carter, California. Are you a Trump supporter? Just asking. Would you want to come up on the chat? You can press the request square if you want to talk. It'll be easier, maybe. Oh God, he's a mag. Okay.
Can I ask you a question? Why did you vote for Trump? Just curious.
At this point, I try to be respectful, people, but all the stuff and the ignorant stuff he's done and said, I have really no respect for anyone that has supported this piece of shit. I really don't. He's caused and contributed to so much hate and bigotry in this country. It's unreal. It really.
Oh, he's coming up.
Oh my God.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good morning, you guys. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
I'm just curious. Like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but like, why did you vote for Trump?
I guess there's a lot of reasons that brought me to vote for Donald Trump. I don't like the guy. I mean, I think he got a repulsive personality. You know, I roll my eyes when he talks a lot, but I think he's wearing a very specific, special, unique coat, one that's never been worn really in American history. And that
you do realize he's a convicted felon, right? You do realize Donald Trump is a convicted felon.
They don't care that he can do no wrong in their eyes. The MAGA community, Trump can do no wrong to them.
He was only accosted by the establishment after he started getting into political office and not doing what he was told by billionaires.
Okay, and the fact that he's a convicted felon, why do you think he deserves to be president? Because there's a rule that says presidents who have a criminal record cannot be president.
That's what I just spoke to right now. I said they only started accosting him and going after him after he got deeply involved in politics.
And the second time he got voted in was after the criminal record he obtained, right?
Right.
Why vote him in a second time knowing he's got a criminal record?
Right.
He only obtained a criminal record because he wasn't following orders by important people. That's why he has a criminal record. They didn't go after him for the first 40 years he was a billionaire.
Yes, because he committed crimes politically. He committed fraud, he committed SA, he committed embezzlement, he committed all of that stuff. Why vote for somebody who did fraud, embezzlement, and SA?
And why would you even want anything to do with someone that's being accused of SA anyway? That says a lot about your character to support someone like that.
That says a lot about your personality.
I have no faith in our judicial system. As someone who's been arrested 8-10 times, spent a good amount of time in jail, and never been convicted of a crime myself, a single crime in my life, I'm 50 years old. I understand, and I'm from Oakland, California, where Kamala Harris began her career. I've known her since 1995, well before she got into politics. Faced her in court. She was born in a kangaroo courtroom. So the fact that he's been tried, found for anything, I mean, it's only because he's been running for political office and making important people upset.
So you think it's okay for him to commit fraud and embezzle money from people and steal money and be a thief? You think that's okay to be a thief?
That's something that crooked billionaires do. Yeah, so I think it's okay.
And do you think Donald Trump is a crooked billionaire?
Obama would have never got away with this stuff if he was running for president.
Do you think Donald Trump is a crooked billionaire?
I do. I do think he's a crooked billionaire.
So why the hell is he president a second time?
And why'd you support him?
Americans would rather have a crooked billionaire, corrupt politician than a corrupt businessman than a corrupt politician. You know? So
it's okay to be a thief. It's okay to be a thief and steal money from people. And it's okay to take people's livelihoods away and commit fraud. That's your excuse.
No, it's not a great thing. It's not wonderful, but it's a lot better than what we've been dealing with.
So it's okay to be a thief and a president. It's okay to be a thief and a president. Why put your faith in a thief that steals money from people?
And you know,
people's livelihoods.
Trump doesn't even like broke people. He half the people that support him doesn't even like. He's disrespected people that support him so many times.
Yeah, he's a prick.
But
look at Elon Musk, for example.
You're saying you support him, but you're calling him a prick at the same time. Like, I don't understand your stance with him.
Well, we have
you're
a two-party
contradicting
system.
yourself.
My other choice was my Democrats and Miss Harris. That was my other choice, my other valid choice.
So why did you not vote for Kamala Harris instead if you're calling Donald Trump a prick?
I've known her since 1995.
Okay.
Since 1995. She's a puppet, an absolute puppet.
They're all puppets.
No, Donald Trump
exactly.
is not the puppet.
They're all puppets.
He was just the least worst option.
Donald Trump
exactly.
is not the
she
puppet.
was the least worst option.
Yeah, I disagree. And I think so many other people from many walks of life also disagree. I don't like Donald Trump, and I voted for him.
Okay, so what crime has Kamala Harris committed in her political career that Donald Trump has done? What has she done? Has she copied Donald Trump and stole people's money? No. Is she a thief? No. Did she commit SA? No. Did she commit fraud? No. At least her ass ain't a criminal.
Right.
You have a point. You do have a point.
At least she didn't break the law. Did she steal people's money? No. Did she commit fraud? No.
And I'll say
this.
this.
Guess who did that though? Donald Trump did.
You have a point, but it doesn't take away from my points.
And I'll say this. I'm at least glad Carter is admitting that Trump is a prick, and at least he's admitting he's basically a POS. But the fact that you voted for him is I mean, you have the right to do so. It's just disappointing because of what's going on in our country. The U.S. hasn't been this chaotic in a long time. What president has caused this much chaos in such a short little time?
I knew
Exactly.
what I was voting for. Yeah, I knew what I was voting for. That dude's change, at least, though. At least it's change.
It's getting
Change
worse.
for what?
It's
And
getting
for
worse.
who?
To make
Change for
America
what and
great
for
again.
who?
To make America
How?
great
How
again.
is he making America great again when he's embezzling money and committing fraud? How is committing fraud and embezzling money making America great again? Answer me that.
That's not relative to making America great again. There's other things that's going on. See, even bad people have
So
good things
you
about them.
would
And even
you
good
would
people,
prefer
good
for a
people have bad
sexual
things about them.
predator? You would prefer for a sexual predator to be your president? You would prefer for a sexual predator
That's the
who
truth.
committed sexual assault on many women in the past? You know how many times he's cheated on Ivanka Trump? He's cheated on that woman more times than I can count on my fingers, with many women. He's had multiple affairs and cheated on Ivanka Trump, right? That man has been unfaithful to his wife, unfaithful to his family, and he has stepped out of his marriage more times than I can count on my fingers. He's crooked, he's a sexual predator, and he's a sexual pervert who has committed sexual assault and cheated on his wife. Why
That
would you vote for somebody
exactly.
like that?
That should be a deal breaker right there. Like I'm like, hey man, I can't support you. I don't want anything to
Why
do.
would you vote for a man who
Exactly.
cheats on his wife, who cheats on his family, who steps out of his marriage? Just what makes you think he's gonna be loyal to you as an American citizen when he can't be loyal to Ivanka Trump? So answer me that.
Which question do you want me to answer? You've asked a lot of questions. You asked a question, then a question, then a question. I went to answer.
The
You asked
last
another
question that I had. The last
Another
question that I
question.
had.
I mean, for one, most Americans don't think he's a predator, an SA predator. Most people don't look at him that way. Another thing
Well,
about
I
him
do.
going out on his wife. Billionaires have different relationships than normal people. Often, quite often, they have special permissions. They have special what do they call it?
Special permission to do what? To cheat.
Permissions and
So
privileges. Is that the word I'm looking for? The P word I'm looking for. Privilege. He's super privileged. He's a pompous, privileged prick.
so
But that's
why
his
do you
life.
support
And
him
now he's got a
then?
coat on.
Why do you
Because
support
he's
this
got.
privileged prick then?
He knows he knows all about the corruption within our establishment, and he's trying to
Do you
emancipate
realize?
He is the
power to
corruption
the
in our
people. We're
establishment.
proprietors of him being a rich prick. We're proprietors. That's
Do you
constituents.
realize how much you are contradicting yourself? You're in the same breath and in the same sentence, you're saying this man's a prick. You're saying this man's a criminal, which you agree with. But at the same time, you're turning around and saying, oh, but I agree with his policies. I agree with what he's doing. I think what he's doing is fantastic. He's not a sexual predator. He didn't assault that woman that was a stripper. He didn't assault that woman that was a prostitute. He didn't do none of that. So that woman was lying. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I haven't looked through the case. I don't know. Look,
So
I
you're
haven't looked through the case.
saying
I've known of
that
Donald Trump
woman,
since I was a little
you're
kid.
saying that woman lied about Donald Trump sexually assaulting her?
I don't know. I don't even know who the woman is or the case or anything, so I can't speak to it all at all. I've known Donald Trump since I was first born, though. I've known of that guy my whole life. And so I don't know him to be, I don't know billionaires in general.
Do you believe
predators.
he's capable
Of being what? Of doing what?
of being a sexual predator?
I mean, I think he's capable of doing things outside of that word. I don't know. You have to define what that word means.
A sexual predator is somebody who takes advantage of somebody without consent. That's what a sexual predator is.
No, I think he can put himself in a promiscuous situation, but I don't think he's going to push it because he has a lot to lose, and always has had a lot to lose. So he has to tread carefully, like all professional athletes and everything. They have to be careful to everybody they associate with because anything can happen because they're a target. They have a target on their back. That's human nature.
But that doesn't justify, that is not an excuse for justification. Oh, human nature. Why is that an excuse for justification? A crime is a crime at the end of the day. Just because it's human nature, that doesn't justify the reason why someone committed a crime. I'm sorry. But this man has committed more than one crime. Like, he's committed, he's been found guilty. He's been found guilty of multiple crimes. Yeah?
I'm not sure your background. I'm not sure your background, but I'm not sure your background, but I'm a 50-year-old, very civilly active Democrat from Oakland, California. I mean, I was at a No Kings parade yesterday with the mayor. I didn't want to go, but I had to check it out. This is my town. I have to do this. It's what I do. I've always been a part of the community, and we're all Democrats out here, so I don't have a choice. I don't know any Republicans. I know all
you do
about
have a choice.
Democrat bullshit.
You have a choice to vote for the right person, not to vote for a criminal. You have the choice to not vote for a criminal. You're 50 years old. You have a mind of your own, and I'm sure you have common sense, okay? Don't tell me you don't have a choice. Don't tell me you don't have a choice when you absolutely 100% got a choice on who you can vote for.
I said in California, you don't have much a choice of what party you're going to be in. In other words, you're not going to vote in preliminaries and a lot of things. You're not going to have a voice in the community if you're registered as a Republican in my area.
Then move to a different area that gives you that choice. But at the end of the day, it's your decision who you vote for. You're the one who took yourself to the polling station and wrote Donald Trump's name and ticked it and put it into the ballot box. Nobody put a gun to your head and made you do that. So don't say you never had a choice.
You read me wrong. Not like that. You just read what I said wrong. I'm a very supporter. I'm a MAGA Democrat. I very much support Donald Trump.
A MAGA Democrat? Never heard of that.
MAGA Democrat. That's what I am.
Okay.
We're out here. We push the needle. That's why this guy won the popular vote in all the swing states and stuff. Because Democrats voted for Donald Trump. I'm a never Trumper. I was beside myself in 2016 when he got elected. I could not believe it.
It's just so upsetting how this man still became president after all the horrible things he did.
You know what? We may agree to disagree. Let's just say we agree to disagree, because there's no way in hell that I'm able to allow you there's no way that I'm able to get you to understand the opposition or side of Trump. And I'm trying to get you to see that this man is somebody who should be on the registry for sex offenders. He should be on the sex offender registry list. He should be on that list for multiple reasons. And the fact that you're saying that you don't believe he's a sexual predator goes to show that you support somebody who has been accused and found guilty and believe that they have not done such a crime that they've been found guilty of. And you know what? It's saddening that you believe that he is not the suspect of a crime he's been found guilty of. And at the end of the day, it's in public records. He was found guilty in Supreme Court, in federal court, of sexual assault and of fraud and embezzling money. So you cannot tell me...
Technically, he's not a felon.
You cannot tell me that... Yes, he is, because the Supreme Court and the federal court found him guilty of those crimes. Did they not?
If you ask Google if he's a felon, it says no. Right,
the Supreme Court and the federal courts, the federal courts of the USA has found Trump guilty, have they not?
Google up if he's a felon and it says no.
The federal and Supreme Courts has found him guilty, have they not? Yes or no?
I don't follow. I know it's a kangaroo court, so I haven't paid an iota of care to that. Many Americans haven't, because they only went after him when he started making his run at president and not listening to the corporations. the
Because
establishment.
he committed
That's why
those crimes
that's
whilst he
why
was
it's
a
enthralled
president.
Americans, because he's not listening to the establishment. That's what won me over. I'm like, haha, anti-establishment.
Hey,
Not that
Dakota, there's
I'm
no
not an anarchist or anything, but
I don't have anything else to say. Like, we know Trump is a POS and a predator, so there's really nothing left to say. If you've got your mind made up about him, we all do.
Yeah, you seem to have your mind made up. So
I really do.
if you want to support a sexual predator, go ahead and support him. Because at the end of the day, this live does not support sexual predators. If you want to support a sexual predator, go to another live. Because this live ain't about that. We don't support sexual predators in this live.
I was just coming up to give you guys rationale to why he won the elections.
This was
so
the most rational thing I've heard all
a
year.
And this is me being rational and saying we do not support sexual predators. This live ain't about that. So go to another live where they support sexual predators, because that's not what this live is about.
All right, you two have a good conversation.
That's me being rational.
Man, now look. Remember how I said like the MAGA charge, like how to Trump they can't do anything wrong. He told it himself. He just proved like both of us right. That
exactly.
Man, he made
the contradiction
no sense.
This man was saying.
There are some
the contradiction.
Exactly. There are some things where people are involved in such deep, horrible stuff. You should be like, hey, I don't want anything to do with this. I'm not supporting this person. I'm out. I don't want nothing.
Exactly.
You know, there's some things you choose to not participate in. Holy.
Yeah, and nowadays it's okay to be a sexual predator now. It's okay to be a sexual predator. He just said, yeah, Donald Trump's a prick, but I don't believe he's a sexual predator. How the fuck you saying that? The hell?
I'm at loss for words right now. Just that, I don't even know, man. I don't know. I knew it was gonna be some. I kind of had a feeling it was gonna be some BS when I was reading his comments before he came up here. It was.
Bruh.
I guess like we gave him a chance to try to explain himself, but whatever.
He basically contradicted himself.
Yeah,
pretty
completely he did. Completely.
But yeah, can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Sure.
Do you smoke 420?
No, I don't smoke at all.
Oh, is it legal to smoke 420 where you live though?
In my home state, no. I travel for a living, so I travel for a living, but where I am right now, no, I don't think it's legal, and I don't like smoke anyway.
Oh, okay, yeah, because like I'm 420 friendly, so yeah. I'm in Canada. In Canada, it's legal up here.
Oh yeah. Hey, also in Canada, don't y'all have like a euthanasia thing too? I have a euthanasia thing that's legal too.
For what purpose though?
Like, is it for mental health or only for medical stuff?
Oh yeah, for mental health. They're passing a bill where you can basically get assisted to yourself in the hospital with the help of a doctor, and basically they help you. It's basically assisted, right? And they basically go through the procedure with you. They explain the procedure to you, and basically you have to sign a waiver to say that you accept that you want to die that way. And yeah, there's so much paperwork to it and everything, but yeah, like you have to sign paperwork to say that you're okay with it, and that's what you want, because they don't want to be liable.
That's in a way that's amazing, because I feel like I wish we had mental health services like that here in the U.S. for people that deal with crippling mental issues. Not saying that would be the answer to everything, but it would be a help. And a lot of people, this is a very controversial topic. Another controversial topic I hopped on, because some people don't think it's right, some people think it is. Everyone feels different. But I definitely feel like that should be a thing. Like, I don't know how strict it is in Canada or what exactly the laws are. I'm assuming it's very strict to get done. I don't know.
Yeah, It is very strict. There's a process that you have to go through. You have to go through a step-by-step process, and you have to be sure it's something that you want, because there's no going back once you make that decision.
They don't let you change your mind the last minute? That's crazy.
Yeah, there's no going back once you make that decision, because it's a lengthy process that you have to go through, and they can't just allow anyone willy-nilly to request it, and they have to make sure that, this is what you want. They make you sign paperwork, so they're not liable in case you change your mind and I don't want to do it no more. Then they're not liable for a lawsuit or anything like that if they get you to sign the paperwork that actually says you want to do this. So later, when you change your mind, you can't sue them.
I mean, you won't be able to because you'll be gone, so you won't be able to anyway.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, there's a strict protocol.
I gotcha.
That comes along with it. Yeah.
I guess that's good. I mean, yeah, I guess that's good. But I mean, I'm at least glad.
They don't just accept everybody. You gotta meet eligibility requirements. They don't just accept anybody for the procedure. You gotta meet requirements too.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I mean, no, that makes sense. I knew. I've had a feeling it wasn't just as simple as walking into a clinic or doctor's office, hey.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that.
I knew it wasn't that simple. I knew that.
Yeah, there's an eligibility requirement that you gotta meet. You have to meet the criteria. You have to be diagnosed. You have to be on medication. You have to get a report from your psychiatrist to say that all other methods have not worked, and to say that this is a last resort and that you've tried everything else and it has not worked out for you. So you need a medical report from a psychiatrist, from your family doctor, your general practitioner, basically to say that you've tried everything else, nothing else has worked, and this is something that you're doing as a last resort option, basically.
Yeah, and again, that's good that there's things in place. I wasn't expecting it to be that easy, but at least there's a system for that. I still feel like a country should at least have this as access for people that want to do it.
Yeah. Oh, I gave you a follow, by the way. Your account is private.
Oh yeah, I follow you too. I don't remember private. I can unprivate. I haven't posted anything. Sometimes I just like to join the live. I just like to join the live.
Oh, okay, yeah. I get it. Yeah. But I did give you a follow though. But it said your account is private.
Yeah, and I followed you back too though. Thanks for having me on though.
No problem.
I enjoyed this. Got to.
Oh, no problem. I don't do lives quite often, so I try to do a live once a week, twice a week or something, because I don't have a lot of time to do it every day, so yeah.
No problem. I'm probably gonna hop off soon, but this was really fun. The fact that we got to talk about some things. But I want to end on this note. There's only one person viewing, but what I wanted to say when there were more people in here was, be happy you don't have a Pride Month. I mean, I'm happy that we get to, there's a month where we can acknowledge these things, but to people that, aren't gay or whatever, be happy you don't have a Pride Month, okay? Because, it sucks being discriminated against and having to always, defend and justify why you're valid because you aren't straight. Mm-hmm. That sucks.
Yeah.
Man, crazy conversation we just had with that guy. You broke it down.
Oh yeah.
You broke it down to him so many times, and he still didn't get it. I'm like, oh my god.
Honestly, he basically said it's okay.
Yeah.
He basically said it's okay to vote for a sexual predator.
You can only break things down to people and explain to a certain extent, and you can't. There's just a point where you can't go any further with it when you've already explained what the problem was and what needs to be done, and then people they goalpost move and they make another point, so it's
Yeah.
like, okay, there's nothing else to say to you at this point because you've already broken it down. You did a good job
Yeah.
explaining that because, man, oh,
Like honestly, like Donald Trump is nothing more than an orange duck in a suit.
yeah, be happy he's not your president because right now
I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy.
he's made.
Because you know how many people ask me, why do you care about our president? You're not American. I live in Canada. I live north from you guys. So whatever Trump does affects me because I live here.
Yeah, like,
Right?
yeah,
And people, they're like, oh, but you're British. Why are you here? Why don't you go back to England? Because I don't want to go back there. The hell? Like, I have a right to be here in Canada just as much as everybody else has a right to be in the USA. Why am I not allowed to be here? Just because I'm a British national?
right.
Like, I'm allowed to be here for work and to get an education.
Yeah, and I want to say this about the UK. I've actually talked to some people who were born and raised in the UK, and a lot of them say like I've talked to a lot of people who really don't like living in the UK anymore, and they just said like I guess they claim they didn't really like the way of life there, or just opportunities are limited. I don't. Again, I've been to the UK a few times, but I've never lived there, so I can't really.
It's really stressful.
Yeah,
Living there.
yeah. It's stressful here too. I'm telling you, it's stressful here too.
Like, you're just gonna be stressed and depressed every motherfucking day. If you wanna be stressed and depressed, go to England. If you wanna be stressed and depressed, go to London. Then you'll be stressed and depressed for the rest of your life. If you want to be stressed and depressed.
And I hear you. I guess I almost understand, but I'm trying to take your perspective into account because I never lived there. I was only there on vacation, so of course I only saw the bright, I only saw the good, happy parts of the UK. I've never had to live there.
If you visit during the winter time, you're not gonna like it because we have bad rain, gray, moody clouds. Honestly, you're not gonna like it during the winter time. You're gonna be stressed and depressed and whatever because it's so cold. It rains and stuff like that in London. We don't get snow anymore in London. Only up north of England. North of England, they only get snow, not in London. But we used to get snow in London, but not anymore. Only outside of London.
Yeah, I went one time in November, and I guess I got lucky because it was sunny for the week I was there. I stayed in like down in the center. I stayed not far from Hyde Park, where my Airbnb was. So I mean, I got lucky with the weather, but I guess I can understand that too because the UK has been I've heard the jokes and stuff about it being gloomy and rainy a lot of the time.
Yeah, like outside of London, like the north part of England is closer to the North Pole, so they get more snow than us.
Oh yeah, like by Newcastle. I've been up there. I've been in Newcastle.
Yeah, like all the places that is north of London, they get snow because they're closer to the North Pole.
Oh yeah, the UK gets cold. I mean, like I haven't been like in the dead winter like in February, but I was there in November and that was cold enough. Like the time I was there, that was cold.
Yeah. No, you should go in the middle of winter, middle of winter.
You. No, thank you.
Go to Scotland. Go to Scotland in the middle of dead winter. They have snow up there. They have lots and lots and lots of snow that goes up to your knees. Yeah.
Oh, I'll pass. I don't like the cold like that.
Go in the middle of winter. Middle of winter, yeah. And they have snow that comes up to your knees, and you have to wear boots and layers of socks and layers of jumpers and stuff like that.
So okay, well at least you like Canada better than the UK. You seem to like Canada better.
Oh yeah, I'm a refugee claiming here. So, yeah, what Donald Trump does in America affects me.
Yeah, I'm sure it could. Like, the U.S. is a very influential nation. Like, we have influence over a lot of other countries, and people act like what's going on is only just going to affect us. It's never only just one country.
Like, you do realize if Canada becomes a 51st state, there's a possibility that I could be sent back to the UK because I'm a refugee claimant and I haven't got residency yet.
Yeah, and you're not white, so you're not gonna benefit. I'm sorry, but we're not white, so that wouldn't benefit either one of us.
Yeah, I'm a refugee claimant, right? If
Right.
Canada becomes the 51st state, I'm gonna get kicked out quicker than I came to this country. And I ain't letting that happen.
Right. I've always wanted to go to Canada too. I want to go. I want to go to Edmonton, Canada, where that mall is. I've heard of the Edmonton Mall. It's like
Oh, Edmonton.
Yeah, excuse me, Edmonton. Excuse me. Yeah, I want to go there, where that
Yeah,
mall.
because I was like, you pronounced it different. I was like, what
Yeah.
the heck is that? And I was.
I knew I was going to butcher. I was waiting for that. I knew I was going to butcher that. Edmonton, the mall.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the mall. Like I've always wanted to go. See.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. They have the biggest mall in Canada over there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's considered. I think Dubai has the biggest mall in the world. I don't know if that's the biggest mall.
Basically, it's like, like the Mall of America?
Yeah, I'm not far from there.
We
now.
have we have the Canadian version in Edmonton up here.
I'm an hour away. I'm like an hour and a half away from America, the Mall of America. I'm an hour away from there.
Yeah.
Now.
So you know how you guys have the Mall of America? We have the same Canadian version of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Edmonton.
I know. I've done research on the malls. I know the Dubai Mall. I think the Dubai Mall is the world's largest mall, from what I've heard. I think that's the world's largest.
Yeah, that's the world's largest mall. Yeah.
I have mixed feelings about the Middle East. Back to the topic, it being Pride Month. I've seen. We all know how Dubai is really popular on like social media and stuff, and you know all the hype and stuff surrounding Dubai. But like, I've never really had a desire to go there because of like their laws and stuff on the LGBT community. Like, we know it's not allowed there, so I feel like I'd be disrespecting myself by traveling there. Even if I was safe and I didn't feel in danger, I would just feel like I'm disrespecting myself traveling somewhere where there's laws in place against me.
Yeah.
It feels disrespectful.
I mean, within the past 5 years, they've only just allowed for straight couples to live together.
That aren't married, right?
Yeah, they've only just allowed that to happen in the past 5 years.
Wow.
Since COVID.
I mean, I guess some progress is there.
They passed that law after COVID. After COVID happened, they passed that law that straight couples that are not married can live together. Common law, straight couples can live together. They passed that after COVID.
Yeah, and I guess some progress is better than none. I mean, it's a step in the right direction, I guess. It's happening slowly, but hey, some is better than none. But
they're learning to accept common law relationships now. They accept common law relationships and couples to live together.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna give my money to a country where I couldn't even be with another dude. I'm good. I'll pass.
That's true. Yeah.
I'll pass. That just feels like I'm disrespecting myself. I'll pass.
Yeah. I mean, I guess nobody would know because there's a lot of guys over there, right, that hold hands with each other, that are friends. So if you hold hands with your boyfriend in Dubai, nobody's not going to be able to notice because a lot of guys hold hands. So-called straight dudes do the same thing where they're holding hands with each other and they're friends. So no one's not going to fucking notice that you're holding hands with your boyfriend.
See, I didn't even know.
They're not even going to give you a second. They're not even going to give you a second glance because they see straight male guys doing the same thing, and it's like it's normal to hold hands. So no one can tell the difference between a boyfriend and a friend. So obviously, unless you kiss them in public, then that's a different story. Yeah, but like holding hands is fine. Like you can hold someone's hand in public. No one ain't gonna say. No one's not gonna bat an eye, right? Like as long as you dress modestly over there, right? Nobody ain't gonna give a shit what you're doing. As long as you keep your intimate life private and behind closed doors and you're dressed modest, nobody ain't gonna bat an eye in your direction. Nobody is not gonna say nothing to you.
Yeah, I no, I hear what you're saying. It wouldn't be like I'd be scared. It's just the fact that it's just still illegal for LGBT to still, freely be themselves. That's my problem. That's why I wouldn't
Yeah,
go.
because like some level of PDA is acceptable, but if you take it too far, someone can call the cops on you for doing too much PDA, and you could get into trouble for that.
And
Like
there's some
you can hold, like you can go as far as like holding hands with somebody. That's okay, but like you can hug someone, you can do all of that little stuff. But like if you take it too far, to the point you're doing it in public where everyone can see you, yeah, then you'll get into trouble by the cops, and because someone's gonna call the cops on you.
Yeah, and again, they've got some other really strange laws I don't agree with too. I can't think of them, but I remember there are some other strange ones where you're not allowed to FaceTime there. I heard you can't FaceTime there. There's some other ones too.
Yeah,
I
FaceTime doesn't work. If you
I
have
just,
an iPhone,
it's weird.
yeah, and you have, the FaceTime app on the iPhone, yeah, useless in Dubai, useless. It will not work. Yeah, even if you purchase your phone in America and you take it over there on holiday, they will disable the FaceTime on your phone, because even if you purchase the phone from America and you take it with you to Dubai, they don't give it there.
Yeah, and there's some other ones too. I found out you go to jail if you go in debt too. I read about that one. Like there's no I heard like there's a process. I don't know the specifics, but I found out you can go straight to jail for certain debts. Some people, I saw a documentary about some people flee the country like the moment they know their debts get out of control. They just flee because they know they can go to
Oh,
jail.
once you enter the country, it is very hard to leave. Like, I'm being dead ass serious. That country makes it easy for you to enter, but hard to leave. I'm telling you.
Sounds
Yeah,
like a trap.
these people. Yeah, I'm telling you. Unless you're going there on holiday, I suggest you don't plan to go there to live, because if you're there on holiday, then it's different. Yeah, because you're just there on vacation. You're not staying there forever. Yeah, but if you're staying there forever, oh boy, be prepared to be trapped there for the rest of your life, because these people ain't gonna let you go back without getting your affairs in order. You have to get your affairs in order before you leave the country. If you don't, they're gonna come after you. You have to
Excuse
get
me.
your affairs in order before you move out. Like,
Yep.
that's how bad strict they are.
Yeah. Hey, it was great talking, but I'm gonna have to go. I have to return a call
Oh,
right quick.
sure, no problem. No worries, no problem. It was nice
I'll
talking to you.
I'll be sure to notify. I'll turn on your notifications so when you go live again, I'll join.
All
It
right,
was
no
really
worries,
great
no
meeting
worries.
you. Oh, I'm John, by the way. My name's John.
Oh, okay, nice to meet you.
Hey, thanks.
No problem.